Hey there, students. Good morning, and I hope you're having a good one today. Today we are going to be looking at the rubric for your Seedfolks essay, and we're going to be taking some moments to analyze both a paragraph of the mentor text as well as your individual, your own personal writing, and just getting a chance, hopefully, to look at where there may be some areas of improvement through the rubric criteria there. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and take a look at that. So our learning targets today are going to be, I can use the rubric to assess myself and figure out how I want to move my writing forward. So again, this is all in the name of improving your writing. So my success criteria today is going to be, I have identified changes I have made in my writing, and I have started to make those changes. So that's ultimately the place we want to get to today, is making some changes in your rubric. Now, you've had a chance to do that a little bit yesterday with some of those pointers I gave you, as well as the mentor text outline that we're working with. So today is just another step in that process. We are going to get a little more nitty-gritty as we keep going, but today, let's move forward. So we're going to start off with our mentor text. And again, what we're going to be doing is focusing on a single paragraph of the mentor text. So whichever one you want to choose, maybe the one you thought was, kind of the one that had the most room for improvement. And you're going to go through the criteria of our rubric. Now, it's a little cumbersome. There's a lot of information in there. But we're going to do it by that PEA process. We've been spending a lot of time this entire semester working on that PEA process, so we're going to really focus and home in on that for this activity. So we're going to be looking at the points of whatever chosen paragraph you have in that mentor text, and then assigning it a particular score. So you can, of course, erase that score and put whatever you want there. And then you're going to justify that score. Say, why did you choose that score? So I gave that score because, and try to give specifics there. Don't just say because I thought it was weaker than the other two. Like, give some specifics. This is what I saw, right? The same thing goes for then what improvements can be made. Here are suggestions I can make. Now, you may be like, I don't really know, but do your best to just kind of think about like what might help the process. Again, it's all in the spirit of improving the writing, right? So you go through that with evidence as well. So you're going to analyze all of the evidence of that paragraph. There should be 3 sections of evidence, right? And then the same thing with analysis, okay? So go through, read that criteria, give it a score, and so on. Now, the last thing we're going to have are conventions. Okay, this is something that I want to make sure that we're looking at across the board. So we're going to do that with that as well. So give the conventions a score, and then why do you assign it? What improvements can be made? Now, step 2, this is where the rubber hits the road. You're going to do the same thing with your own writing. So here's what you need to do there. You're going to be choosing a single body paragraph, just like you do with your mentor text, and you're going to go through that same exact process with your writing. Now, you're using the outline, so hopefully that process is a little bit easier because you can look specifically at your points there to do that process, and then go through again your points, your evidence analysis, as well as your conventions in your writing. Now, you only have to do this with one paragraph. It would be helpful to go through the second paragraph as well when you're done with it. You don't have to do the formal process here, but definitely, maybe apply a score and say, are my points stronger in this paragraph or not? And try to choose the two, the paragraph you thought was maybe needs the most work, right? Same thing there. Now, the next step there is to look at what it is that ultimately you need to change. Now, you can home in on something specifically. Maybe you're like, well, my points are pretty good, but my evidence is a little weak, or maybe my analysis needs help, or maybe there's a lot of stuff to fix. I don't know. Maybe it's just a few little things. But write that out. Write out, here's the things I think I need to be focusing on, and then So you're kind of bullet pointing that. You don't have to necessarily write it all in great detail. You don't need to do extra writing here, not necessarily. But maybe just make kind of a list. This is kind of the bullet point list. Here's what I'm going to go through, right? And then finally, let's make those changes, okay? It's helpful to go back and, again, apply this process to the other paragraph, maybe an informal way, and then go and make changes there as well, because a lot of times, if it applies to one paragraph, it's probably going to apply to the second one, okay? And that'll be a wrap for today when it comes to doing some revision. We will be working on other things going forward, but that shall do it for today, and I really appreciate you guys watching and playing along with me on this one, okay? Thank you guys, and I will see you again later. Bye.